Hey, this is Zach Peak.
Hey, this is Pat Dorian.
Hey, this is Drew Rob.
It's Anthony Cervidio.
You're listening to the Talking Birdie podcast.
Fly ball left field. Nate McClough is there. And the magical season of the Baltimore Orioles continues.
Ball and 2 strikes on Goins. Ground ball to first. There's Pierce. And the Orioles are champions of the AL East.
And everybody knows he's ready to fire on the first one. Bases loaded. Young swings, line drive. That is down and to the wall. Cruz is in. Pierce is in. Party around third. He's going to try to score. And safe. The Orioles have the lead.
With the first selection of the 2019 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Adley Rutschman, a catcher from Oregon State University.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It's another episode of Talking Birdie podcast, and I know it'll be a huge disappointment to many of you, but I'm back.
He's back.
For any of you who do care, I am sorry about the last 2 weeks. The first week, my friend was in town, and I just totally forgot to tell Josh and Brad about it until like the day before. And then I also just told them that I can't come on and didn't tell them the reason. So it made it seem all cryptic, and it really wasn't. And then last week, I just was sick and was working all week, and my body just decided it was time for me to sleep for like 12 hours. So I was watching TV with my wife on the couch, and the next thing I knew, it was like 11:30 at night.
You made it, though. You made it, man.
Woke up to a bunch of texts and calls from you guys. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, we thought you were dead. Our listeners thought you were possibly dead the next day, too, because I don't know if they knew yet. But you're here. You made it,
I
man.
can understand that. Yep,
Yeah,
I'm
we
here.
said 50-50 shot. He's in a ditch.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was
I
the
think
right 50% came out on top this time.
Yes.
This is true.
Yep.
This is true. And being in a ditch would not be ideal.
No,
But anyways,
dude.
Not even because of a
Enough
car accident. You're just in a ditch.
yeah, I just fell. Anyways, enough about me. How you doing, boys? What's going on?
Doing good, Ryan. I don't think you guys know this. I ran cross country in high school, and I haven't ran like consistently in 5 years since then. And I ran my first 5-mile run in 5 years the other day. Proud of myself.
So do you time it?
I do time it, yes.
Do you use like the Under Armour Map My Run app or anything like that?
I think it's called Run Keeper. It's by Asics. They run it.
There was like a 3-month stretch where I was consistently running a few years ago, but I haven't kept up with it. But I did just buy new running shoes, so I'm kind of committed to getting back into it at least a little bit.
Do it.
Yeah, I have to, man. I have to. So,
Brad, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Just excited to wrap up the week. Heading out of town this weekend, going to Texas. KU rugby, going to the national championships. So meeting up with a couple buddies of mine that I played rugby with in college, and should be a good time. We're going to Arlington, so I plan on also knocking another ballpark off the list when I'm there. The Braves are in town playing the Rangers, so fuck it, let's do it, man. It should be a good time.
Cool.
Yep.
That is cool.
Yep.
Let me know what you think of that park, because I've always thought it looked pretty. It looks pretty dumb.
I mean, this was pretty new, right? They just made it like within the last couple years.
Was the first year.
Yeah. So,
but it looks pretty dumb.
Just a warehouse,
Well,
that's all it is.
if nothing else, I can check the little box next to that ballpark, and I don't have to go to it again.
Yep, this is very true. Well, that's good, guys. We got a lot to talk about today. This is why I enjoy always enjoy the episodes during the season a lot more, because there's just always so much more to talk about. including we got some really good news today that we will go over later. Foreshadowing. Everybody knows what it is already. Yep. It's not till later in the episode, but I caught myself. Actually, I think we should start. Brad has something he wants to give away.
Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you tell the people what you're going to give away, Brad?
So we'll tweet out the picture of it after the show, but I do have a signed JSA certified Austin Hayes bat. Stock's up on Austin Hayes right now. He's killing it. So good time for you all to check that out. Opportunity for you to win a free signed Austin Hayes bat. If you help us out, you're just going to have to retweet it, follow us, and you're entered, man. Or ladies and gentlemen, anyway. And yeah, it's a good opportunity for you, good opportunity for us. So let's do it.
2022 All-Star Austin Hayes. I called that.
We said poor man's Adam Jones before the season. He started out kind of brutal, but he's picked it up a lot.
He's back.
And his OPS is into the 800s now. So
probably our best hitter right now.
Yeah, I'd say so. It still trips me out to this day that he doesn't wear batting gloves. I just can't imagine that decision, but that's what feels right for him, and it's working. So
if I were to meet him, that is exactly what I'd ask him first.
It looks weird, and I imagine it would probably not. I can't imagine being able to grip the bat that great, but he's a big league ball player. He made it that far doing what he does. So do you, Austin? I know you're listening in. So don't put your batting gloves on now. Keep doing you.
He touches the dust too every single pitch. And how does he with dusty hands and no gloves?
I feel like you have to if you don't wear batting gloves because your hands are all sweaty and that's how you dry your hands.
That's true.
Yeah, so, I was gonna say maybe he's got really sweaty palms.
Yeah,
I'm betting that's what it is.
Shit. I just got a notification on my phone that Jaguars are on the clock. I forgot it's NFL draft night, so I don't have to see all the notifications anymore about all those mock drafts.
I was gonna bring that up to you, Brad. I was gonna you kind of beat me to it. You ruined my joke that I was gonna make.
Sorry.
I was gonna say it's draft night, and I'm very excited. And I was gonna say, why are we excited, Brad? And I was gonna hope that you would say because no more mock drafts.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, it was all set up in my head. I thought the whole thing over while I was cooking dinner, but you fucked it up. So
Yeah, I know I fuck everything up. So we've gone over some fan pet peeves in our group chat. One of them was people sending me 7-round mock drafts for the NFL, and I'm like, that's sick, dude. Like none of this is gonna happen. What were the other ones? The other ones like, oh, look at this awesome team that I traded for on MLB The Show. And then like, cool, dude. I don't care. And then what was the other one? I can't remember.
Another one. I can't remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember that one. I think it was the most recent one that I said to you guys too.
I think if I remember correctly, it was like the worst one too.
Yeah, it'll come to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll come to me. I'll bring it back up.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah. So. Oh yeah, I was gonna say. Since you guys are talking about Hayes, I am already sick on MLB The Show of every time Austin Hayes comes up the bat, the announcer says, "Going with the old school look here." No, oh my god! I mean, he literally says it every Austin Hayes at bat. I'm already so sick of it.
Every time.
All right, we're gonna need. I guess we do need to put his batting gloves on then.
It's because he has the wrist tape like all the way down to the wrist, like to his hand, so it like pronounces it more. So you just see bare hands.
Yep.
Anyway, Ryan, recent series, what do you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Angels. Yeah, I really enjoyed the Angels series. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Got swept by the Yankees, man. I wasn't say it happens, but like I don't think the Yankees are that good.
They're not. I mean, though, I don't know if you watched the game the other night, but the Rizzo 3 homers, like 2 of them.
Oh, I was watching.
Yeah,
you saw my tweet. I tweeted that we need to burn Yankee Stadium to the ground.
Yes, needs to go.
Yeah, that was front row. Santander almost caught the ball. The first one, anyway. I didn't see the second one.
He could have caught it.
I think the
Yeah.
first one, I think I saw
Same
that's the only MLB ballpark that it would have been a home run at. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And the third
It's-
homer was like projected at 5 parks, but that's because it like nicked the foul pole, so it changed the trajectory. But it landed literally like 2 feet over the wall at 315, like just on top of the 315.
Yep. That's
Even
Yankees.
Rizzo thought it was a pop out.
But, Yankee Stadium, man, still both teams play by the same rules. So we could have done the same thing. We didn't. They did.
Still gonna be mad about it.
I'm going to blame the fact that we have no fucking left-handed bats.
That is true.
Our
That
only
is true.
left-handed like solid bat like doesn't swing anymore. So,
But, at the same time, we complain about not having enough left-handed power bats. I just told you at Griffith Stadium on my home run derby on MLB The Show, it was really hard to hit with lefties there. So you can run into that too if you happen to play at an old school ballpark, bro.
seems like a very specific hypothetical.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
But realistically, some parks are more catered to lefties, some are more catered to righties, and our lefties took advantage. So
Previously, you could definitely say that Camden was 100% favored towards righties.
and now it's might be the hardest right-handed hitter park in the league.
Least home runs in all of Major League Baseball is that park right there. 3.
And none of them are over the extended left field wall.
No.
Nope.
Over
Not a
under
single one.
over under 12 home runs over the extended wall in the deepest part this year.
I need to see like more
Specifically in
figures
the
for
deepest
that.
part.
Like, yeah, I mean, to like where it extends all the way out to where, I mean, yeah, it's gonna
Like,
get a little
like
bit
the corner
deeper.
where that sharp angle wall is. Like,
Yeah, and then when
going over there.
when it actually changes angles is what I'm saying. So anytime from that part over to the other corner by the bullpen.
I'm gonna say under just because like the odds of that many balls getting hit specifically to that spot is pretty low as it is.
Yeah, I'm taking the under.
I'd be interested to know how many were hit there before, though.
A
mean,
lot.
A lot.
More than 12.
Yeah,
I mean, 12 is not a lot. That's a small number for a whole season.
it is.
And we're debating it right now. So,
Especially with these dead balls, man.
yes. Yep.
Mm.
Congratulations to Brad Wandell on his conspiracy theory.
The
turning out
very
to-
next morning, like a tweet from like one of the better like ballpark stat accounts came out
Yep.
and was like, yeah, there really haven't been any home runs this year. Like
man.
offense is the worst it's been in years.
Wouldn't have said it if I didn't feel it, man.
Brad's
I know.
officially the Alex Jones of baseball.
Tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
Turning the
Ex-
freaking baseball's dead.
Except I'm right. Except I'm right. Except I'm right. Suck it, haters.
Oh, that's a meme I'm totally making after this is over. It's a good one, Josh.
Ryan,
I like it.
could I get your general thoughts on the season so far? Because we haven't heard them yet, like
That's true.
on this podcast.
I died last week, so you guys didn't get to hear me talk about it.
Yeah, Afghanistan catches up with everyone.
Hold up. My fucking lights went out. I got to turn it back on. So
That
keep
happened
was
going.
just
a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
I
been
know-
dark for a while, buddy.
I know it was a while ago, but I was just gonna do it, but I just realized I'm not gonna do this whole episode with this. So give me 1 second.
All we can see is the 37 on his hat.
All you need to see.
I mean, there's been some fun things. I don't know. I don't think I feel any at this particular moment. I still feel very hopeful that this will change as the season goes on. But at this particular moment, I don't feel any differently than I did last year.
Yeah, agreed.
It's too many players that we know are shitty are still on this roster. I guess this kind of goes into the fourth note here on my notes, but yeah, I mean, I just hate the dead weight on this roster, man. Chris Owings, Calvin Gutierrez, Ruben Odor. Why are they here?
So I think Owings and Gutierrez will be either Gutierrez may be up and down, but Owings will be DFA'd either when this deadline where the roster shrink down 2 spots. I think he'll be either DFA'd then or he'll just get sent down and then DFA'd anyway. Like Richie Martin, Jahmai Jones, Bannon are going to come up and take those spots. Vavra, if he's healthy soon.
Tyler Nevin, dude. That's
Tyler
the guy I want
Nevin.
to see the most. He's got like a 950 OPS in AAA right now. The dude is just doing nothing but hitting.
Yeah, and guys like Chris Cummings get ABs over.
There's no reason for it. There's none.
No.
Yeah.
Odor sucks, but they're paying him money, so I don't expect them to DFA him this
They're
early.
not paying him that
They're
much.
not paying him
though.
money. They're paying him like $900K.
But I still think they'll do what they did with Franco last year. They'll keep him on for like at least half the season.
Maybe, unfortunately.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it is pretty unfortunate, actually.
Honestly, I feel like you guys probably like Ramon Arias more than I do too.
I'm really starting to lose my feelings for Ramon.
He's had a tough start, like
He's
worse,
had a tough-
like a notably bad start.
He's not hitting, and he's making errors in the field as well. He doesn't have the arm to play third base, but we don't have a third baseman because it's either him or fucking Gutierrez.
Yeah, but that's our whole point. We can have more exciting options at third base.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at the Norfolk Tides.
we made 5 errors today.
Oh, man.
2 from Mateo, 2 from Gutierrez, 1 from Bauman, I think.
It saved Zimmerman's ERA, though,
It did, yeah.
because he would have just got shelled the next inning, and they would have counted towards ERA.
I think the Yankees only had like 2 earned runs today, 2 or 3. It wasn't a lot. Well, I guess the Grand Slam's probably a lot of them.
Yep.
I'll double check that. Paul Fry's bad.
Yeah, Paul Fry is really bad. He goes in with the
Obviously,
players
Lakins.
we know suck
Yeah.
that need to
Lakins
go. Yeah,
too.
Lakins too.
Now, honestly, Joey Craybill is off to a decent start, but I think he sucks too. He's just
When he has
off to a decent start.
consistent Paul Fry outings, then he'll probably be gone.
I
but
think
until
Joey
that happens.
I think Joey Craybill is off to a decent start, but I think he ultimately is going to fit into that category too.
We just don't know
I don't
who he
know.
is, but yeah.
I don't know, man. He came from the Rays cheating lab. We might have something here.
I'm not sold. Looking at his minor league numbers and whatnot, but
Yeah,
he hasn't sucked yet. At least
it's hard to expect it to be sustainable.
Yeah,
I understand. So far, I like the guy though.
Yeah.
I mean, good on him. Good on him for overachieving, I guess. But
He's getting outs. Most of the bullpen's been pretty good, other than those 2 guys that we just mentioned.
yeah.
They're really putting a stain on it.
My concern that it kind of came out during this Yankees series is, so as we've been hearing, the bullpen has been best in baseball, like in several metrics, or at least top of the line. And the Yankees are the first team to see that bullpen the second time, and they shelled them this weekend. Or this week, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe just the shine will rub off. We knew that would happen anyway, but I hope it's not just anybody that bats against them twice is just going to hit them.
Nah, I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think it'll be as bad as it was this week, but
and let's also not forget, I don't like being if you take this out, this would have happened thing. I don't like that because it did happen. So, but I mean, that first game, Rizzo hit 2 pop-ups that went for a total of 5 RBIs.
I think he had 6 RBIs that game.
Well, he did, but the second home run,
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
a legitimate home run, even the short porch. But what I'm saying is that did you see the location on the first one that he hit? I mean, it was like on the chalk of the batter's box.
Yep.
And he hit 2 pop-ups that carried out of the short porch. So I don't like being if you take this out thing, that's stupid. I don't like that. But I don't think it reflects poorly on pitchers when you have pop-ups that fly out of a little league stadium. That's all I'm saying.
I said that in one of my recaps. I was like, well,
I know you did. And I don't think
Yeah.
that got enough attention because you said the Orioles lost in Williamsport, and I laughed so hard.
Speaking of Little League and Williamsport, that feels short even for Little Leaguers. For anybody who watches the Little League World Series, sorry to stray off topic. It's fucking 200 feet. Those are really short, even for the kids that age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those kids just smash him out of there.
Like when I was that age, they were like 270 or so.
Yeah, I think we had 280.
Yeah. But
We totally had 200.
I mean, yeah, when we were like 8 or 9, maybe. But anyways, we're not going to go off on a tangent about complaining about Little League ballpark dimensions.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, my overall thoughts are just It's a lot of the same, but I maintain my optimism and hope that it will be getting better soon. So that's really all I got, man.
I do want to, sorry to interrupt the topic, but I found out the other fan pet peeve.
Okay.
My favorite guy works out at the gym. Here's a video.
Yes. Yes. This guy's gonna have a breakout season. And it's just like a video of him like
he's off season working out.
Yep.
He jogged a couple miles.
Exactly. Yeah. Josh ran 5 miles. This guy, like, and you're posted a video of this guy, lightly jogging. I mean, so by that logic, Josh, we're ready for you, man.
I'm coming to walk-ons next year. That's what the team does.
That for you to do it, man.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Like I was having a field day on Twitter that day. James Prochet posted that video of him running up a hill. I mean, he's sprinting up that hill, and that's awesome. I couldn't.
It's great. Yeah.
But like the amount of people being like, I can't believe we just have this guy on the roster and they don't use him. They don't play him. I'm like, he's
look at him. Look at him.
Hill.
Look at him working out. Look at him working out. I don't see videos of the other guys working out.
Yeah. Well, you can just say James Prochet is simply built different.
Exactly. But anyways.
Oh my god! And then I'm getting off on this. I'm sorry. It's funny. I also saw people like post. Brad, do you remember that preseason game when they played Washington and Prochet like mossed that like freaking scrub Washington cornerback?
I wasn't watching that. I wasn't watching that game, but it sounds about right. I mean,
you're like, man, Greg Roman really saw James Prochet do this and still won't get him reps.
Yep.
And this was in like January. I'm like, dude, this happened in August in a preseason game against Washington.
Yeah.
One play.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, out of the 3 fan pet peeves I have, only one of them really applies to baseball fans, and that's to look at my team on MLB The Show. But fans are going to be fans. It is what it is.
They traded for Byron Buxton. I think it's a really good move. I remember that was like the MLB like 15 move to do.
I also think it's funny how just the absurdity of that, where like you can just simply go into the options and click CPU accepts all trades.
I mean, yeah, people do it like, on yeah.
you're not a wizard GM because you got the Angels to give you Shohei Ohtani for, I don't know, Willie Yan or something.
Exactly. If you want to RIP to his MLB career, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or sorry, yeah, his baseball career in general. But
sorry, Willie.
Yep.
I think I have another addition to our list of 3. Maybe it doesn't top any of the other 3, but how about top 10 lists?
All right, let's do it.
So
I mean,
stupid.
I'm glad to keep adding to it. So hit me with it.
Top 10 lists. They're stupid. These are my top 10 shortstops.
Just top 10 anything?
Oh, the top 10 list.
Specifically sports, when people are like, these are my top 10 shortstops. And it's like, there's like 4 guys on there that could be the number 1 anyway. And it's like, people get mad about top 10s. It just cracks me up.
Well, you go over to basketball, people are literally like,
yeah, basketball is really bad about it.
Assaulting each other over the LeBron versus Michael Jordan debate.
I have one too. I have a couple actually, but my first one is this is the one that drives me the most crazy. They kind of go together. When people, specifically on social media, will like create fake hate, like when they'll be like, but they'll post like a video of like, I literally saw this one time. It was like a video of Patrick Mahomes like throwing a touchdown. It was like, but I was told Patrick Mahomes can't throw deep.
Oh, right.
Literally no one's ever said
that.
Yeah,
nobody. Yeah, exactly.
Or when a really shitty player does something, people are like, where are the haters at now, bro?
Exactly.
Where are they at?
I ironically do that with Ryan McKenna, but ironically
to make the Orioles relation to that Jordan Lyles after he had 2 decent starts because Oakland threw it all over themselves and the Yankees bats were cold. I was getting tagged like a motherfucker. So
when Ryan McKenna struck out today with the bases loaded, there were like a bunch of tweets like, I hate Ryan McKenna, get Ryan McKenna off my team and stuff. And after the game, I quote tweeted all of them. That's Mr. got on base 3 times today, Ryan McKenna.
You're
It's
so
all in
annoying,
good
Josh.
fun. Shut up. Got a
You're so
Sapphire
annoying.
card in the mail today.
I wish I could see it, but you use a
Yeah.
camera that was used to shoot World War I footage. So
Yeah, it does the job. That's next on the list. I need a webcam, but
especially with YouTube. I mean, look how much better Brad and I look than you.
I know.
It's just levels. There's levels to this shit,
Well,
bro.
see, like I don't want to be the center of attention all the time. So like if my camera's clear, they'll just look at me.
It's true.
The young face of the show, I understand.
You're right. You're right.
This is for your own
Little
benefit, right?
Gen Z dork.
Hey, we all at the end of the day, we all have faces made for radio. So
This is
I
true.
can't argue with that.
Yeah.
That's why we do a podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
My mom's been telling me that since I was a kid.
Damn. That's harsh. I wish my mom would have told me I was ugly. She lied to me.
Yeah.
like a good parent does. And I woke up one day, I was like, oh no, she's been lying.
I was fed lies.
I'm gonna self-nominate myself for that to be like one of the clips of the week. I wish my mom had told me I was ugly.
Right.
Just
a
saying.
1 second clip.
Yeah.
So, back on track.
Yeah. God, the tangents are so bad today.
They're high today.
Yeah, man.
We're
But-
celebrating my return from the dead.
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
happy to see you, man.
First career revival.
Yep.
Ryan, tell me about Bruce Zimmerman.
He's fucking elite. That's all you need to know about Bruce Zimmerman.
Well,
dude.
John
I
Means
lo-
goes down for the year. He's out. We're not
Mhm.
going to see John Means pitch again. But Bruce Zimmerman has risen from that. He's filled the
Mhm.
vacuum left by John Means, and he is.
It's funny because he's become like exactly what John Means was.
like exactly
Like exactly the same pitcher. I mean, he's a lefty that doesn't throw that hard. It's not
with a good
it's
change.
bad velocity, but it's a decent fastball with some movement on it, and it's an absolutely repulsive changeup.
Yeah, probably taught
I
by
mean,
John Means, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah.
He's got
And
his
it's-
ERA
it's-
down under 1 now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he did get bailed out by a couple errors today because if not for those errors, then he probably would have got shelled the next inning.
Well, if
And they
not for
would've
the
counted.
errors, the guys don't score. So
Well, my point is the next inning, though.
Oh.
Like if they didn't make those errors the next inning, they would have been earned runs. If the same guys got hits, is what I'm saying.
Maybe they take him
No.
out though.
Maybe.
yeah, I see what you're saying though. I got you.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce has been exactly what we needed, man. I love watching him. He's fun. He's a fun pitcher to watch. You can tell he's oozing confidence right now.
Yeah.
You can just see it on him. He's getting a lot of love from Pitching Ninja too, which is kind of funny. There's when the Yankees were in Baltimore. I don't remember which game he started. I want to say it was Sunday. He threw the exact same changeup to Stanton 3 pitches in a row, and he swung and missed at all 3 of them, just as stupidly as he did the one before. Like, it was incredible.
Yeah, like you said, he's oozing confidence out there. We saw that on opening day. I mean, like he
He
was unwavering. Like if runners were in scoring position, he doesn't care. He'll strike you out anyway. Like we kind of saw a little bit of what Bruce can offer last year, but I don't think anyone expected something like this. He did get hurt midway through the year, and
He
we didn't
lost
get
a
to
lot
see-
of time.
yeah, we didn't get to see a very good sample size of him last year. And I know this hasn't been a great sample size either, but he's been phenomenal in the short time we've
Dominant,
seen
man.
him. Yeah.
Oh,
Dominant.
Zim's one of the few young guys that we have up that we can actually get excited when he gets to start because he's a guy that could potentially be a part of the future. Now, at his current rate, he's a Cy Young winner. He's not that good,
No, he's not.
but is he a realistic candidate to be a solid back end of the rotation guy? Yes, I
course he
think
is.
so. If he can post a high 3, low 4 ERA type, then yeah, Bruce Zimmerman could be a part of the future. So I do get excited when he takes the ball for sure.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's been that as a major league pitcher so far.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I mean, he really, even his very broken up major league career so far due to injuries and whatnots, but I mean, he really has kind of been really this year. He's been really good, but like he's always been like solid.
yeah,
I
he'll
don't-
give you 4 innings scoreless, or maybe give up 1 or 2 runs, and he gets you.
I
gets
can't
into
really
the bullpen.
recall him going any length of time where he got really knocked around. So yeah, I mean, I think it's more than a small sample size with Bruce. like Brad just said, he's not a sub-1 ERA starter. It's not gonna be his final line at the end of the year.
I don't think he's a sub-3 ERA starter either, but he could be a sub-4 ERA starter potentially.
Yeah, and
that's good.
It's really good. It's really good. You can't ask for a whole lot more out of a starter that's not a projected ace type guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you love to see it, man. It's super fun seeing Bruce have success, especially being the local guy. Grew up going to Camden and all that. I think it's underrated. Josh and I have had this conversation on opening day about like how athletes feel about playing for their hometown teams, and you would kind of just assume that they would like it and they would want to play for their hometown team. But like, Brad, do you remember when was it Vernon Davis, Maryland tight end?
Yeah, Vernon Davis. Yeah.
Remember when he got, I don't know if you remember this or not, when he got drafted, I think it was by Oakland. Yeah, Oakland, I think. They kind of were like,
so long, I can't even remember who drafted him.
I think it was Oakland, but yeah, it was a while ago. And he was like, they were like, are you disappointed that, you didn't get taken by the Ravens or the Redskins or anything like that? And he was straight up, he was just like, no. He's like, I'm excited to get out of here. Not like, and he didn't say it in a disrespectful way. Like, I hate this place I'm from. I can't wait to get out. It's just like, and I get it too. Like one of the perks of being a professional athlete is you get to travel the world.
It's a life thing too. Like I'm sure you guys feel that way about your area sometimes too. Like if I was a pro baseball player and I got drafted by the Tigers, like I would not be excited about that. I have the potential to go literally anywhere, and I go back to Detroit.
Well, as I say, imagine working your whole life towards that, getting to be, a professional athlete, and you're finally on draft night. You're like, all right, where am I going? Where am I going? Fucking nowhere. You're staying right here.
Well, I mean, we're three regular dudes, and we were just talking earlier about how cool it is to live in other places.
Yeah.
Ryan talking about how cool it would be to live in Washington. Josh, you've been around a little bit. I've lived in Kansas and Florida. So yeah, I mean, from a pro athlete standpoint, I can definitely see the appeal to getting out, trying something new, and just making your mark somewhere else. Don't forget your roots, but
it's like a human element thing,
But it seems the opposite is true with Bruce Zimmerman, because me and Josh were kind of debating that on opening day, like how does Bruce feel about pitching for the O's? And he had that, I can't remember who he told, maybe it was like Nathan Ruiz or something, but how he as soon as they got back from Tampa, he went to the stadium and was like standing in the dugout, walked out on the field
at midnight,
trying to psych himself. Yeah, at midnight, trying to psych himself up for what he was going to feel the next day. So it's pretty cool to know that the hometown kid really likes playing for the hometown team.
Oh yeah,
now he's the ace. So, or at least for now.
At least for now, he is. Yep. Did you guys see the article today about the explanation of the O's binoculars thing? Did you guys read that?
No.
Okay, have either of you guys noticed that when they get hits, they look at the dugout and they do like that?
Cedric hit a little 50 mile an hour exit velo single, and he did a quick little, very quick.
So I've been wondering that. I know it's a common thing for baseball teams to do, to have a shared celebration anytime somebody gets a hit.
Yeah, I love
it's very
it.
common. For the Yankees, a while they were doing the thumbs down thing to make fun of that dude. That viral fat dude. He was just sitting there and he was like, so that's what they were doing for a while.
15 Royals had the antlers, I think, or something.
Oh yeah,
run like a deer. Yeah, run like a deer.
My favorite one before, that I've seen all is I don't know if it was the 2019 or the 2020 Orioles. I think it was 2019. They did the freaking the bazooka. They were just rocket launcher.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it.
But I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, okay, they're looking through binoculars. That's cool. But apparently it's because a lot of them like to play Call of Duty together. They play Warzone. And I guess their shared strategy is anytime they get it down, they all have precision airstrikes. And so when they down the player, they just call the precision airstrike in on them. And that's where it came from.
That's awesome.
Well, when we had Dorian on, I remember I asked him, because I said when I saw him hit a bomb, and I saw a lot of base size guys in the bomb, when they would round first, they would put two fingers in the air and point towards right field. So we asked him what that was about. He's like, oh, they like it when we point to the bullpen. So,
yep. They also said that sometimes guys will forget to do it. And like, especially Mountcastle, they said Mountcastle forgets to do it all the time. And every time he gets a hit and they do it, the dugout has to yell and be like, Mountie, Mountie. And then they go like this. And he's like, oh, okay. And throws his hands up. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
The only thing I dislike about it is apparently Rube Nadador came up with it.
Oh man. That's
all right. He's served his purpose.
Yeah. His purpose of clubhouse unity.
I like everything about Odor that doesn't involve like actual baseball.
And playing baseball, I know.
Like when he every time the pitcher's like starting to struggle, he personally goes to the mound, talks to him. He's always like, I don't know, he's always talking to the younger guys, and he's like a good leader, I think, but he's just not a good baseball player.
He seems like a good guy, just not a good. He had 3 hits today.
Well, the Orioles fan base fell in love with him a few years back when he punched Jose Bautista.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Chirinos kind of gives similar vibes, just 2 old guys still trying to do it.
Definitely the team dad for sure.
Oh, yeah. I like Chirinos. He'll be a nice backup catcher for Adley.
I don't know who I said this to, but I'm going to like him so much more when Adley comes up and he's the backup.
You said that to me, yeah.
Was it you? Okay.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to like him so much more when that happens.
Yep.
100%.
Let's
Fantasy
move on
draft
here.
rules.
Yeah, you want to do fantasy now? Yeah,
Hell
let's do that. Let's do that. So I guess I came in last is what I heard on the last episode.
This pen that I grabbed is not operational. Just let me grab another one real quick.
What do you need a pen for? Just open the doc and type it in.
He can't hear you anymore.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I have a doc. I told him this before we started. I said, I have a doc where I'm writing down who we pick and everything. And he's still going to write them down.
Yeah.
I can just send him a picture of the results.
It's
Boomer Brad.
# Boomer Brad.
All right.
Why'd you go get a pen, Brad?
Why'd I go get a pen?
Yeah.
I don't know. I like writing it down.
I mean, just simply type it in the doc.
Yeah,
the one that we all share.
He's got to hang on to it for his tax write-offs next April.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Keep the receipts.
Are you also going to scribble all over this piece of paper after you're done?
Probably, yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I went back through the Twitter account. I was looking for something specific, and I came across that video that you put up where you're like, "All right, guys, this is a secret inside look at my preparations for the show. I wanted to let you guys in on it." You just hold up this piece of paper that's just scribbled all over.
Like a little kid drew it.
I laughed so hard. You remember that?
Yeah, it was a very. I mean, I don't want to call myself like a hero or anything. We're just a couple podcasters, but I like to give the people an inside look, and it's, kind of an exclusive type thing.
It was so funny. You're so serious.
The show ain't all smoke and mirrors. It's all what you see is what you get.
Yeah. So people need to know like what's going through my head when we're on here talking about the birds. And I gave him a look.
It's like the Patrick thing where he's like, the inner machinations of my mind are an enigma, and it's just like
milk spills.
glass of milk spills over. All right, let's get in this fantasy draft. Picking last for the first time.
Now, officially, Josh wins. Now, I do want to point out it could have been different if I actually calculated the last week since then, but because Prieto and Mayo both kind of went off.
Austin Hayes went off.
Okay, well, you had one guy kind of go off. I had 2 guys go off even more, but that's okay. I didn't calculate it.
I get 11 points on OPS alone for this week. Last 7 games.
Yeah, what do you think, Prieto and Mayo?
No, that doesn't really matter.
Okay. Officially, yep. I won't say anything more about it, Josh. You win. You're up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats, Josh.
I wanted to, get my one comment, snarky comment in about it, but at the same time, it's my own damn fault. So,
congrats on finally getting out of the basement. We're all proud of you.
Thank you. I can't have a win without an asterisk next to it, but we will continue into the next draft.
Yeah.
Oh, first overall pick. I think I will take Gunner.
Okay.
He had a good end of the week this week.
Josh takes Gunner. Let's see. Who do I want? I am going to take. Give me Prieto again, I guess. I'll take
repick?
Prieto. Are we doing you can't repick? Okay.
We never said that, but
That's all right.
I think we should do no repicks.
just
No
not back to back weeks.
I think the whole like if a player was picked at all, he can't be picked the next week. I think that was overkill, but no repicks.
that was overkill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe how much we stretched on some of last year's drafts. Like we did all the levels and then we couldn't pick back to back weeks.
We're like digging through like the FCL roster. We're like,
We were.
this guy's OPS is good. Give me him.
I feel like I'm gonna.
game.
I feel like I'm gonna take somebody that I could probably take in the last round either way because I have so many names running through my head. But fuck it. Give me Jordan Westberg, I guess.
Solid.
Okay.
Fun little story about Jordan Westberg. Went to the Bay Sox game with my buddy Sam last Friday, and we're standing down by the Bay Sox bullpen. All these people are trying to get autographs. I was just there hoping to say hi to Drew Rahman, Zach Peak, friends of the show. And I ran into Ryan Blake of his fan problems while I was there. So we were sitting there talking, and he was talking to Jordan Westberg, and he asked him for a selfie. He just said no, and he walked away. It was so funny.
That's a Brandon Young had this ball moment.
And then the rest of the night, he was just talking about how like Westberg's on his shit list now, how he's like, falling down his prospect rankings because he's like taking it personally that he told him no for the picture.
Well, you're the first prospect to go when we need pitching.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I may have gotten booted.
I'm going to edit out the Ryan Blake getting told no by Jordan Westberg story too.
No, we're keeping that.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to the draft. My first pick here. I never think of these things ahead of time like you guys do, so I'm always just like,
I try to, so I don't have a moment like this.
Yeah, I know. It makes me look like a total idiot. Especially with my first pick. It should be really easy. You know what? He's been raking. Tyler Nevin.
Do it. Okay.
Okay.
Who are you going to say?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I just thought you were taking someone else, and then you did. So thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Shit. I'll take.
Not used to picking first, are you, Joshy?
No, you're right. Give me Hudson Haskin.
Oh.
I'm taking all H team. Haskin's who I thought you were gonna say.
All right. Well, give me my guy Bannon.
Bannon. Brad's taking the team.
Certified # my guy.
He's got dog in him.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Plus, he's had a couple overs the last few days, so now he's due.
Right.
Yeah.
When's Diaz coming back?
I was just about to talk about Diaz. It's like you're fucking reading my mind, dude. They said, believe 2 or 3 days ago that he'll be activated next week.
Oh, that's good.
That's good. Need him back.
He's been taking BP and doing all the other stuff, so he's good to go.
Cool.
My pick, right?
Yep.
Kyle Stowers.
Solid. He was not available last time we did the draft.
No.
He's been raking though.
Yep. I think he still has an OPS over 1,000.
I think so too. Give me Mullins.
I'll take Gray Rod.
Yep.
Damn it.
He was not going to make it another week without getting taken.
I know. I guess I'll get my pitcher now. Kyle Bradish.
Shit.
That's sexy.
You suck. Now I have to think of another pitcher.
Thinking is hard.
It's hard. I have one, but I'm not entirely confident. And I already have my major leaguer, but I'll do it. Keegan Aiken.
Oh.
There's going to be some potentially ugly starts. It's a Watkins start coming up. Aiken may get like 3 or 4 innings there on top of getting several innings in another appearance. So,
I'll say Trey heats up. I'll take Mancini.
nice. Ryan needs his major leaguer.
We're still doing that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you
Yeah,
mean we're
I
still doing that? We did it in the
I don't know,
last
man.
draft.
I died last week, so I don't remember anything.
That's true. He's got amnesia.
Yep. I'm not taking him again because it's still April for another couple more days, and he can't
Yeah.
seem to hit in April. So I'm not taking Mountcastle again. Give me Tony Taters.
You mean the best hitter on the Orioles, apparently?
Hayes now.
I mean, he hit an absolute piss rocket last night off of
Yeah.
Montgomery.
Hayes is the best hitter now, OPS wise.
Oh, really? He passed him?
Oh yeah.
I think OPS plus Santander will still have him tomorrow, but yeah, they're very close.
Yeah, Santander 792, Hayes 835.
Why did no one take Hayes?
Because it's too hot, so he's due to cool off.
I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
All right.
Hayes would have been the Galaxy brain pick last week. I mean, one of you guys had him, right?
I had Hayes.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right. Well, that's the draft. Needed
Cool.
a
It's so much
re-picking.
easier. It's so
Yo.
much easier than last year.
So much quicker.
Last year we're like fucking Mel Kiper with the every week looking up the rosters and like baseball references and stuff. We took it way too seriously last year.
We did. Yeah. Well, I don't think we took it too seriously. We tried to be too in depth and we just weren't those guys.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of work.
It's so much work.
Fuck work, dude. You want to just not do a fantasy? No, I'm just kidding.
I took Lamar Sparks 1 week last year. I don't think he's with the organization. That's how
He's
like
not.
in depth we were
Yeah,
going.
He's not. They cut him. Well,
God
it's
damn
not-
it.
What?
I'm about to get booted again.
You're good.
You're good.
still here?
bud?
Yeah, you're still
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just acting fucking weird. All right. I think I might be good now.
You did lag a little bit there, but yeah, you're still good.
Okay, for now. All right.
All right, that's the fantasy draft. I'm gonna go straight into this because it's like our third note, but in light of recent events, and by recent events I mean things that happened in the last couple of hours. I have a note here that says Grayson and Bradish are ready to go and must be called up soon. And I would say less than an hour after I put that on the dock. Kyle Bradish called up, making his big league debut tomorrow.
Yes.
One down, one to go.
I'm super excited. He's earned it. He got his work in the spring, got his work in ramping up. 3 AAA starts, lights out.
Just
It's
over a
time.
1 ERA.
Now,
Kids time.
I'm going to temper my expectations just a little because guys do go through growing pains, as we've seen, but I'd rather him go through them now than have to wait for him to go through growing pains. So,
Yeah.
And look, man,
that's kind of this year's goal anyway.
exactly. That's why I want guys to come up now.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Kyle Bradish sugar than watch Chris Ellis struggle.
Exactly. That's been my thing all along. A lot of people will say, oh, those guys aren't ready yet. They'll come up and get shelled. I mean, they might, but
You think
if you hold them down for another year, they'll probably get shelled when they come up then too. So let them learn at the big league level.
So this is what I thought of earlier when we were talking in the chat. So think of the last pitcher in all of baseball that's come up and been like elite, like right out of the gate. Maybe
gotta
Walker Buehler.
There's got to be somebody recently. I don't know.
But I'm saying, like, compared to the way hitters come up and are successful, pitching is a whole different ballgame, and we have seen that reflected in the last few years. Like, the aces and Cy Young guys of the game are all like late 20s, early 30s who have been doing it for like a few years. Like, it took them about 3 years to figure it out. Corbin Burns is one of those guys, but like, I think people are expecting maybe a little too much out of these guys to come up right away and be like all of a sudden aces, and I hope they do well, but let's just say it's not common in the league anymore for guys to come up and be like that.
But regardless of how they play, I'd rather them work through their lumps
Yes.
now. So when next season comes around, they might be a little bit more confident and ready.
Didn't the whole instant ace thing kind of happen with like one of those Marlins pitchers, like Alcantara or something?
Alcantara, I mean, he's been around for like 4 years now, and like no one knew who he was
geez.
till like last year. Like, it was really weird. Yeah,
I think I'm thinking of Pablo Lopez.
he was like
He's
good,
like-
but yeah, I don't think he got like Cy Young votes or anything.
I mean, he leads the I guess I see what you're saying.
I'm saying like
Yeah.
elite, like all-star as a rookie kind of thing. Like those,
Elite immediately. Yeah.
yeah,
No, you're
like,
right. You're right.
and if it is a case for why these guys need to come up sooner than later, because they will need to work through the bugs. And Bradish is definitely one of those guys who doesn't have the highest prospect pedigree, but we will finally start to see some return on the Dylan Bundy trade.
It's the same reason that I'm not giving up on any of the guys that got called up already and are still kind of, hopefully on the tail end of working through things. But
You mean like Dean Kramer?
well, yeah,
Ryan's
Kramer,
guy.
Bauman, Wells, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, Lowther is now getting sold in AAA, but
Yeah, that's not good.
Ryan, your rebuttal about Bauman is what made me bring that up. I was like, who does come up and is good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the same reason I still believe in Dean Kramer. It's not linear. I made the comparison when we were talking in the chat to being an NHL goaltender. Young guys with a lot of hype, they come up and they get blasted, and it happens. I mean, it's honestly it's the same thing with being a goalkeeper in soccer. Like a soccer goalkeeper's prime is much different than an outfield player's prime. An outfield player's prime is usually 24 to 28 years. Goalkeepers really don't start to hit their stride for the most part until they're 27, maybe. I mean, you have guys playing into their 40s as goalkeepers, and it takes them that long to figure it out. And it's the same thing in the NHL. It's just when you have that talent in that position, and pitching, I feel, is the same way. You can have all the talent you want, but you need to get into games and you need to figure out how to use it.
Yeah, Jim Palmer made a similar point today. He said it's one thing to throw, but it's another thing to pitch. It's an art form, and kind of like you're talking about with goalkeepers, like there's a lot of psychological aspects to it, and pitching is no exception. Like when it comes to thinking around how hitters think and what you mentally need to do to get past a solo home run you just gave up or something like that. And these guys are going to have to do that against major league pitching. And the people saying Grayson shouldn't come up till the next year, or like just hold him as long as you can. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of people saying that, but
there are. And there's high school guys from the next year's draft that are already in the big league. So you're not rushing him. You're not. No. To call up Grayson would not be rushing him. No. Give him a shot.
Yeah.
I just don't know how long, what does absolutely dominating AAA hitters doing for him?
Nothing. I mean, he's mentally past it.
Yeah. He knows he's the shit.
Yeah.
Brad says he's met him before, and you can tell he's not a dick, but he knows he's the shit.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, he was cool because I went to go see them play against the Shorebirds. I went to go see the Shorebirds play against Hagerstown in Hagerstown. And before the game, people obviously had shown up because they wanted Gray Rod to sign. He didn't sign before the game. He walked right out to the bullpen. But he was a team player. He was cheering for the team. You could hear him screaming from the bullpen, "Oh, good hustle. Great shot." Like, he was in it. But yeah, he didn't sign for everybody before the game. But after the game, he stuck around and he signed for everybody until everybody left. But a guy who doesn't know he's the shit would probably sign before the game.
Yeah. I get the same vibes from Gunnar from the couple times I've been in Bowie.
Yeah.
Those high school
he seems
guys.
like a nice kid, nice guy, but he knows.
Right.
He knows
exactly.
he's fucking awesome.
And that's fine. That's fine. I want them to have that confidence to him.
I was a comp round pick as a high schooler. I got this huge signing bonus. I'm rising up the rankings. Yeah, you're the shit, dude. We all know.
I was impressed with him last Friday. There was a lot of kids there. A lot of kids wanted his autograph. And I mean, multiple times I saw him be like, "All right, everybody good," and start to walk away, and somebody would be like, Gunner. And like, he always stopped. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 times he stopped and came back. He signed a golf ball for Ryan.
My God. Gunner is now personalizing all of his autographs, so that's when you know they know they're the shit.
Oh,
yeah. I don't want you selling my shit. What's your name? Yeah, he wasn't doing that.
Funny.
He wasn't doing that last year. He started doing that this year, asking everybody their names. Yep.
Good on him. You know what? I want players to know they're the shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
because
this organization needs that so bad.
100%.
We have no swagger. We are the lamest.
Yep.
I wouldn't say none, but it's we definitely needed an infusion of talent that knows they're fucking good.
Yeah. Yep,
I
absolutely.
kind of wish I would see more of that from Adley. Adley seems like too nice.
His
yeah.
like his interview answers and stuff are always like the most basic of the basic, and like he says nothing controversial, and like I guess that can be bad too, but
Adley knows too. So last night I went to
Yeah.
go see the Ironbirds play and for his rehab start. And it's not all him. I think his managers actually limit the time that he can actually sign because he didn't get to everybody. Luckily, I've already gotten him before, but I would have got him again. He stopped a few people before me and just said, thanks, guys, and walked away. And there's a few guys like, oh, Adley, I drove an hour. But like, no give because there's people standing right there behind him. Like, oh, all right, it's time to go. And once they say that, he's done.
Giving him the arm tap thing, like time to go, let's go.
Yep.
That's
and
funny.
And then he just says, thanks, guys. And then people beg him. And then he's just like, oh, thanks. And then walks
you
away.
could show up to those things and 100 people are going to want autographs from one guy, and like he's got to prepare for a game.
Well, this was after the game.
Oh,
but still.
he wants to get out of there.
Well, yeah, I think he actually has people limiting how long they let him sign for because there's people that stand by him. You don't see that with other guys.
That's not common, no.
No.
Before we leave the topic of Bradish and Gray Rod, I did make a point in the Orioles chat the other day. Bradish is almost 26, I think. He is 25, I think. I don't know when his birthday is, but how many pitchers pitch past 30 to where we're not utilizing some of their best innings of their career, some of their most efficient innings?
Yeah, I mean, if your point that you're trying to ask is there any reason to manipulate his service clock so that he's hitting free agency into his 30s? Is that what you're trying to get at?
I think like partially, but also like, why do you want to baby someone who's 25 and he's going to get those innings this year anyway? Why not use them at like, a level he can actually make a difference? And, barring any injuries, it's so unpredictable with pitchers, but I don't know, just mitigate risk, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no reason to keep him down there.
Nope. But hopefully he
I'm
gets to
excited.
stay up here. Yeah, I'm excited too. He looks so good in the spring, and he's going to get to face a pretty good Red Sox lineup, which will be a nice test for him. But I mean, they wouldn't bring him up if he wasn't ready.
They definitely wouldn't. They definitely wouldn't.
Absolutely.
That's why I was concerned when we were talking in the group chat. Like, oh, Gray Rod gave up a few runs. That's going to buy him more time for Elias to keep him in the minors. Like, he didn't really get super shelled. He gave up 3 runs in like 4 innings.
Lake a walk-off.
And that was his bad start. Like, he still has a 2-something ERA.
And like, I've seen clips of some of the plays, dude. One of them was literally a routine ground ball to short that Richie Martin just booted, and they scored it a hit.
Someone said Elias is paying the scorekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible scorekeeping. At least one of those runs should have been unearned. I believe there was another questionable play that should have been scored an error and was scored a hit. So that's why I was like, I don't really care, especially because he settled in after that. I mean, he was dialed in the rest of the way. It was just had a little trouble with that first inning, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
Also, we've seen ever since he got into the organization, whenever Gray Rod does have a blip, it seems to really piss him off.
He goes out the next one and strikes out.
He goes out the next one and he's just, like a man possessed.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I feel bad for whoever's his next turn in the rotation.
Yeah. Like a couple times a year, he goes out and he gets hit around just like anybody else.
Yeah.
But his good starts are more dominant than the other guys. That's the difference.
Yep.
And his bad starts are fewer and farther between. So,
and his bad starts aren't even that bad.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen him have some bad ones, but not many.
Don't forget about another guy. He was bad last year in AAA, but Kevin Smith is off to as good of a start as Bradish in AAA.
There's another guy I wouldn't mind at least finding out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
he's another 25 guy, 25 years old.
He's off the 40-man, though, so it would take a little bit to get him back on.
Yeah, Owings is on the 40-man.
Yeah. No, you're right.
And Boom is going to be gone when Adley's ready. That's an obvious one.
Not hard to clear that space. Speaking of Adley, as has been mentioned, he's rehabbing in Aberdeen, and it sounds like he's coming up when it's over. If there's one major complaint I have about Mike Elias, it's the fact that he talks in these cryptic fucking ways. He never says anything straight up. Like, you can kind of like figure out what he's saying, but he's always says shit very vague and cryptic, like I said.
Everything he says is a waiver claim. It's like, I can get out of this if I want to by just pleading like innocence, like ignorance or something like that.
Right.
So he doesn't say anything definite.
Plausible deniability.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep. But anyway, he said, like, people, I think a lot of people took it the wrong way. He said he was one of the best players in the system before his injury, and a lot of people were like implying that he's not anymore. But I think he was just saying that, like, we have to make sure that he's 100% and that he's back up to the level he was before after the injury. But then he went on to say that as long as he proves that he is himself, he's got nothing left to prove in the minor leagues. So I'm not, it's not saying it should be a surprise, but just to hear him pretty much confirm that, like, once he proves he's good to go, then he's coming up is nice to hear.
I'm guessing he's going to be in Aberdeen all week, and then I'm still here.
Yeah, you're here.
Yes, you're still here.
Yeah, I'm having issues. Aberdeen all week, and then probably Bowie next week. I do want to point out Ronald Acuna had a rehab assignment that lasted 3 at-bats, so I don't think long extended rehabs are needed, but it is what it is.
Acuna was out all last season.
It's just what's going to happen.
Kobe Mayo bomb.
Yeah,
Boom.
I was just guess you get ready to say that 2-run bomb.
He's on fire right now.
Acuna, 1 rehab start. He went 0 for 3. He's back in the bigs.
He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
I mean, we know what's going on kind of with the Adley thing. They are babying him, but I think I don't know. He'll be here, so.
Yep, he's here very soon, and this team will get immediately way more exciting to watch as soon as he does.
Yeah.
In addition to the addition of Kyle Bradish.
Today's lineup was ugly, man.
Yeah. And then hopefully some more guys to follow shortly after, like the Bannons, the Vavras, the Kevin Smiths.
Yeah.
So we've been saying it, by August and September, this is going to be a much different team and a lot more fun of a team.
It shouldn't be that long, though, man.
I agree with you, but it's a guarantee that at least later it will be more fun than it is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say by June, it'll get better.
I mean, it'll be better tomorrow when Bradish is up here, but it'll be very different by June, July as the months go on. But
I just hate throwing away the first month and a half.
Yeah.
Well, that's on the that's on the, I don't know what to say, the whole CBA discussions for not coming up with a better way to stop service clock manipulation. I mean, I don't think they even addressed it.
I think they did, though, because if you finish in the top 3, then it counts as a year of service time. All the elite rookies are up.
And they're not doing well.
No,
yeah, but it goes back to what we had just talked about. They're going to take their lumps.
Yep.
Spencer Torkelson's, I think, is doing pretty well.
They didn't do enough. They did do things, but they didn't do enough because, like, affecting only 2 or 3 players doesn't really do anything. Yep. Like, we're talking about the general scope here.
Yeah.
Like, but Adley Kelnick last year, for example, if Jared Kelnick was up before his service clock would have started, it wouldn't have mattered because he was terrible, but he's like a highly touted prospect and he didn't even have a good rookie season. But because of that, he will lose another year of his career to not free agency. Even though he's one of those guys, or should be.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate the fact that it exists because it's like, it's bad for the fans, but at the same time, the fact that it exists, it's too good of a deal to pass up if you're running a team. Like, oh, I only have to leave this guy down for
30 games.
I mean, it's like it's not even 30 games. It's like I'm pretty sure the day has passed.
It is, yeah.
It is
this year.
But
it's like 3 weeks.
But with guys like Adley, and I know he was injured, quote unquote. The severity of the injury, I'm sure he was injured, but the severity is up for debate. But there's high school guys that were in the same draft class as him that are already out. So
yeah,
we're ready.
One could question if Bobby Witt Jr. Was a good call, bringing him up.
Oh, a better pick, or what are you saying?
If it was a good call to bring him up on opening day.
Yeah.
It's also a business thing. Like, you don't want to piss off your star players. Like, when it comes down to time, it's time for a player to sign an extension, that can piss a guy off if he's tearing it up and you just screwed him out of an extra year, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Witt hit better than Adley last year.
He did. Yeah. So right. I don't think it was a bad move. Yeah, the results are bad early. Yeah, they could have got the extra year, but Bobby Witt's their stud. He's pretty much the face of their franchise already, even though he's struggling to start out. Throw him a bone.
Torkelson's been on fire.
Yeah, yes. For sure.
Yeah. Did DL Hall, what did he? Oh, he pitches tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
He should be up very soon as well.
Now, we're expecting him to throw like 4 innings or so tomorrow if things go well.
That's what they said. Is as long as he's going well. I mean, like as long as he's pitching well, yes, he'll. They said he's gonna go at a typical minor league start, in the words of Elias, which is implying 4 to 5 innings.
I mean, he's had a year to get back here, so
yeah,
almost. Hope he's ready to pitch real minor league games.
I honestly think DL Hall may have a higher ceiling than Gray Rod, but I think he has a lower floor. I think he's got probably the best stuff, but I think it's going to come down to how well he can harness his control.
I have their ceiling is the same, but DL does have a lower floor.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I think DL is higher just being a lefty.
Yeah.
Just by virtue of being
lefty
a lefty.
Throwing gas.
I saw a really dumb post on one of the Oriole Facebook groups that me and Brad are in. This one guy who I have argued with many times before, he suggested that DL Hall be a swingman out of the bullpen. And I was like, bro, he has Cy Young potential, elite stuff, has started his entire career. And you just want to say, like, yep, pitch out of the bullpen, buddy.
Really want him for the 4th
through
the 6th inning.
Yeah, it's really where we want him. Just have him in case the starter can't get through. A typical start. We have him just in case.
In case Spencer Watkins can't make it.
Yeah, in case Spencer Watkins struggles. Exactly.
That guy is such a fucking idiot.
This team would do that.
They would. Yeah, that's the thing. They would. Chris
Ellis will start. Bradish will pick up the 4th through the 7th, and we'll see where it goes from there.
I haven't seen Matt Harvey make a start yet. I'm hoping it doesn't come down to him.
He's making starts in Sarasota right now.
Okay, I haven't seen him make a start at affiliated ball yet.
Not an affiliated ball yet, but they're building them up.
Yeah, they said they're sending him to affiliate ball afterwards. So,
hopefully they baby him. Hopefully they baby him just like they do the prospects.
They also did say he's going to have to pitch his way onto the roster. So
I hope so.
we just hope he sucks.
Yeah.
He can stay down there in AAA if he wants to.
Yep.
I would hope we're putting the best possible options, through as fast as they can, right? We do that.
My point is, the point is, though, if he pitches well, it's because he's overachieving. It's not because he's necessarily the best possible option. So that's why I don't really want him to pitch all that well.
The Chris Ellis treatment.
Exactly.
Yeah. 100%.
Do we want to wrap up here with the final note? We've been going for a while.
Yeah, I kind of dominated the minor league stuff. Brad, why don't you take us through that last note there?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the minor leagues go, the most exciting lineup, kind of a toss-up between Aberdeen and Norfolk, but I'll go through Aberdeen first. You got Cesar Prieto. He's up to, I think, 7 bombs already, and Kobe Mayo hit his 6th tonight, so that's great to see. Kobe Mayo is up to a 960 OPS, and that was after kind of a cold start. Cesar Prieto is at 992. There was a lot of concern about Colton Cowser striking out a lot. Encouraging to see he's had a good couple games, 3 for 4 last night, 1 for 2 with a couple walks. His OPS is back up to 823. So encouraging sign there. John Rhodes has been the biggest story up in Aberdeen from here, technically, with that 1.027 OPS. So he's on the bottom end of our top 30 prospects. So
no one take Rhodes this week.
Because he's too hot, so he's due to cool off.
It's true.
That goes into my line of thinking. Dante Williams, he started out really hot, then he cooled off a little bit. His OPS dropped below 800, but now he's back up to 877. He's stealing some bags too, so he stole his 7th base tonight with that 877 OPS. So that's good to see. Colin Burns, he was like a 7th round shortstop last year. He's got his OPS
out of Tulane,
batting 378 with a 907 OPS. There's an under the radar guy to watch out for.
Yeah.
So good to see there. Let's go up to, Delmarva. I don't really think there's much that I need to go through there. There's not much that anyone gives a shit about on the Shorebirds right now. As far as the Bay Sox go,
Creed Willems just got assigned to Delmarva.
Oh, he just got put up there?
Yeah.
He's not on my radar as like a guy to watch every night, but check in because he is one of Elias's only high school picks.
Hudson Haskin, still the star of the Bay Sox with a 1.183 OPS. That's pretty dope. Now, Dylan Harris has a 1.245 OPS, but going off his track record, I'm not quite sure he's going to be able to maintain that. But he did go viral on a insane throw, like on this just general baseball account that people were attacking me on, that he made like the throw of the year on an outfield assist. So apparently he's got an absolute rocket for an arm, but with our outfield being the way it is, I'm not. Yeah. Front of the pod, Rom.
He also hit a. I just want to add on Dylan Harris. He also hit a walk-off double Friday night at the Bay Sox game.
There you go. Yeah, so he's off to a hot start, but I'm not necessarily sold on him. Westberg, his OPS is around 850. Henderson, he started a little slow too, and he's up to almost to 900 OPS. So you love to see that. Adam Hall's having a pretty good year after a tough season last year. He's got over 800 OPS with a bunch of steals, batting 340. Granted, he has no power, but he's a contact guy, gets on base. So good stuff. Going up to AAA. Gray Rod's had a ton of good starts. Actually, while we're still on Bowie, I would have to say the star of the pitching staff so far got to be Brandon Young, right? Friend of the pod, Rom, he had a little bit of a tough start tonight. His ERA is in the low 4s. He had 3 innings pitched, allowed 3 earned runs. But he had 2 very good starts in between this one and his opening day start where he had pretty much the same line. Friend of the pod, Zach Peak, low 4 ERA too. He pitched out of a little bit of trouble the other day. He had the bases loaded, 1 out. So I talked to him a little bit about that after the game. I was like, good job avoiding disaster there, man. Things, you're facing a little bit of adversity. And he kind of talked me through everything. Super cool dude. Just kind of took me at bat by at bat, broke it down for me. So that was pretty dope.
That's sick.
Actually, looking at the Bay Sox roster, I'm actually not seeing Brandon Young on there right now. So that's not good. I don't know if that means he went on the IL. We'll have to look into that because he was off to a very good start. Ryan Watson, though, he was undrafted guy in 2020. Obviously, a shortened draft, so undrafted doesn't mean much, but 0 ERA through 13 innings pitched with 16 Ks. So keep an eye out for Ryan Watson. We'll see. We'll see if that's just a fluke or if he's on to something there. Tides, they've had a pretty good lineup this year. We've got Stowers, 969 OPS, Nevins leading the way at 979.
Brandon Young on 7-day IL.
Damn, that sucks, man. Ryan, he pitched the day you went, right?
Mm-hmm.
He pitched the game that you were at? Yeah.
Toby Wilkes on the 60-day.
Oh, yeah. So story about Toby Welk. Yeah, he got injured apparently making a catch. I was talking to his cousin. And not to get all depressing, but when I was sitting at the Bay Sox game, He walked by. There was another former Bay Sox player that's not in the org, not playing anymore. His career's over, but he was at the game, and he came over, and Toby was talking to him after the game. And I was sitting right by, and I heard the conversation. Toby was like, "Hey, man, how's life after baseball? Because that's kind of how I'm feeling right now." So
That's tough.
yeah, that's
tough.
I mean, it might have just been an emotional comment. Who knows? He might not.
I think so, but like even that feeling, like that's a tough thing to go through if he's actually.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, Welks had a little bit of success. He's kind of been a hit or miss at Double-A, but he was off to a really good start this year, and then I guess probably got a season-ending injury. Apparently, making an insane catch. I didn't see it, but sucks for him. We'll see if he's able to rebound. We'll see if he ends up playing again.
I'm always pulling for the D3 stars.
Oh, yeah, dude. D3 National Player of the Year, man. Love it. Penn State Berks. He put up fucking softball numbers there, man. He had like a 1.6 OPS. Stupid. But anyways, yeah, Gray Rod's had mostly dominant starts. His last one, he got hit around a little bit, gave up 3 earned runs in 4 innings pitched, but his ERA is still in the mid-2s. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's going to happen. So, as we've been talking about, a couple more starts like that, I want to see him too. Bradish already got the call. I really don't think if Gray Rod makes a couple other good starts that it would be rushing him, even if he were to get shelled when he got called up. Go through the lumps.
And with both Ellis and Means down, like they're running out of excuses for like why they're not up.
Yeah, I mean, Elias will say something along the lines of, "Yeah, well, we don't want to use that as an excuse to stunt the development of our guys, but other organizations call these guys up and they get by just fine." Yeah, I know Elias might be smarter than me. I'm just an idiot with headphones and a microphone trying to talk baseball, but the precedent's there, man. You see guys that don't spend that much time in the minor leagues have a ton of success. Chris Sale pitched like 10 innings in the minors in his career.
Yep.
Am I saying that Gray Rod's going to be the next Chris Sale? No, but maybe. I mean,
it's a ceiling.
Yeah. So
I mean, he certainly fucking might be.
Yeah, he could. So yeah, a couple more starts I want to see Gray Rod up to.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are behind.
If it were up to me, I'd want him up next start, but I know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So realistically, a couple more starts. That's what I want to see.
Yep.
But all in all, some good things going on down on the farm. They all have winning records except for Delmarva. They still haven't announced the playoff procedures yet. Aberdeen's the only one that's actually in first place right now, but those guys will probably be in Bowie by the end of the year.
Yeah, if you're in the Aberdeen area, go see the Ironbirds because that's a lot of fun down there, especially there.
Definitely.
It's a great stadium, too.
It's our best minor league stadium, to be honest.
For sure. Well, I've never been to Harbor Park, but it's of the ones in Maryland, it's 100% the best. So I haven't
been to Harbor Park. Go ahead.
Is that Cal money going into that stadium? Because it's a cut above for a minor league stadium.
Cal
it's
money.
very nice.
I mean, he
owns the Ironbirds.
He owns the Ironbirds, but actually, apparently, technically,
you said Cal money. I thought you said that Cal money. I was like, Northern Maryland farming.
He does own the Ironbirds, but funny enough, he actually does not own Ripken Stadium, even though it has his name on it. Harford County actually owns Ripken Stadium, but yeah, I'm sure he probably puts a whole bunch of money into it. So it's
of course he does.
Really nice. The whole complex is because they use it to host youth tournaments, and they have a whole bunch of cool shit going on all around there. So
they have like a hotel like in the same parking lot. That's super convenient.
The hotel is designed to look like the warehouse because they got the kids field. It's a replica of Camden Yards. That's left field for the kids field. So that's pretty dope.
It's cool though.
Yep. I've been up there twice already this year. I play ball up in Harford County on Wednesday nights, so I've been able to sweep by after I've been done a few times. So that's pretty cool. A lot of fun to watch the Ironbirds right now. A lot of big names. Yeah. Prieto, Mayo, Rhodes, Williams, Adley's rehabbing there right now. Gene Pinto.
I expect Prieto to be one of the first call-ups because like older Cuban guy that they still don't like fully know yet. And he's tearing it up in the one level he's been at. So I expect him to be in that first round.
Yeah, I'd like to see him up in Bowie soon.
Especially if Welk's injured. I mean, that's an infielder in Bowie.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the
boys. Let's wrap this up.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Now, Ryan, you can't say let's wrap this up and then look at the hockey game.
Hey man, it's NFL. It's NFL draft.
Right, it's just on.
It's NFL draft night. I got to find out how much I got right on my mock draft, bro. I got my mock draft pool.
Yeah.
I got to see how well it is. So can't wait for
take us out of here.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hope you're still here. Hope you enjoyed our ramblings. I know we went on some tangents tonight, but
they were
kind
good
of the point of
tangents.
this pod.
Yep.
Pretty good tangents.
Yep.
Pretty good tangents. So, per usual, keep your eye out for the Austin Hayes giveaway. Same procedure as usual. We'll have the tweet up. Give us a follow at Podcast Birdie on Twitter. Follow me at RyanSet094. Josh is at Estate O's and Brad is at KU Brad Wandell. Check us out on YouTube and join our Discord. Link is in the description of our Twitter account.
Boom.
Right under the actual bio, but it's there. So, yep. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Glad to be back. I'm sorry to disappoint many of you, but I'm back and I'm not dead.
You got to apologize to Bob because we could have had him on, but you didn't give us notice.
I'm not apologizing to Bob. Fuck Bob. Just
Don't
kidding.
say that.
I love you, Bob. Thanks for offer. I'm kidding. Thank you for your offer. We appreciate it. I'm totally kidding. All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see you next week.